You're listening to Daily Sip with Marcel, giving you morning moments of insight, laughter, and a little something to stir the soul.
Yeah. Welcome, thirsty travelers, to Daily Sip with Marcel, where we take the steaming hot mess that is Washington, D.C., and serve it up with a splash of irony. Today is November 12th, 2025, and we are talking about two things that are currently, shall we say, melting down: the United States government and the entire Democratic Party. Yes, my friends, grab your emergency luggage, because we might have a window to book those holiday trips. Yeah, the big news, the monumental shift, the reason you can stop hoarding those federal surplus pens is that the government shutdown may finally be ending soon. Yeah, day 44, maybe day 45. We'll figure this out, won't we? Yeah. We are theoretically going to be opening up our country very quickly now, if you can define very quickly, as traversing a legislative obstacle course designed by M.C. Escher. You see, the Senate did the big splashy thing. They busted the filibuster that was keeping the government closed. This, my friends, required 52 Republicans and 8 courageous, or depending on your ideology, completely reckless Democrats. So we're fixed, right? Smooth sailing. Ah, my fine sippers. Now we enter the bureaucratic Thunderdome. Even after the Senate votes on this bill, it still has to go to the House for final passage. Speaker Mike Johnson, bless his heart, told House members to return right now, which clearly sounds like lawmakers are confident this is going to pass muster. But here's the kicker, my friends, and this is why we need you to listen up. Getting lawmakers back to D.C. is proving to be the trickiest part of all, because the nation's air travel system is currently an unholy mess thanks to this shutdown. Now, why am I bringing up these legislative amendments and flight woes? Because you ask, will my holiday travel be smooth sailing now? The answer, my friends, is maybe, if the federal air traffic controllers can find their desk lamps and the House can stop debating amendments about things like a potential hemp ban. Yes, you need to act now. The moment this passes and is signed by the president, the air travel system needs to start normalizing. But that glorious window of stability is a very small one. It only runs until January 30th, 2026, after which we could be right here in a little more than 2 months having the same conversation. Yes, my friends, they're talking about some of the pitch points, like funding SNAP food benefits and military construction for a year. But we might just find some new ones. So here is your critical assignment. Share this episode. You must spread the word that the moment the government reopens, you have a limited, possibly turbulent, but real window to finalize your holiday travel plans before the next round of political brinkmanship inevitably lands us back in the soup. So tell your family that if they want to see you this holiday season, they better move fast, because we cannot guarantee DC won't implode again come February 1st. While the rest of the country is celebrating the possibility of getting a paycheck, the Democratic Party is holding an absolute meltdown. The progressive wing believes that after 40 days of a hot mess, the party walking away with nothing. The deal that the 8 centrist Democrats caved on, the deal that was ultimately signed to fund the government, does nothing to extend the Obamacare subsidies that Democrats demanded. It only offers the promise of a vote on those subsidies by the end of the year. These 8 Democrats, 2 who are retiring and 6 who aren't up for re-election in 2026, were willing to cross the aisle. They caved because the prolonged shutdown was causing too many problems to be considered positive messaging. But the far left isn't training their anger at these colleagues. They have chosen one target, one glorious scapegoat. That is Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who actually voted no on the deal just to add to the chaos. Congressman Ro Khanna from California posted that Senator Schumer should be replaced and is no longer effective, asking what Schumer will fight for if he can't lead the fight to stop healthcare premiums from skyrocketing for Americans. The evidence of this chaos is everywhere. Even progressive Senate hopefuls are sharing similar sentiments. In a moment of pure political family drama, Stephanie Shaheen, who is running for Congress, actually bashed the vote, even though the sitting senator from the Granite State who voted yay was her mother, Jean Sheehan. The result of all this infighting is a party that is more or less rudderless right now. The party is melting down because the high fives they received after recent elections have not solved the problem of what the Democratic Party stands for or who's leading it. They took a deal they had previously roundedly rejected. They settled for less, and now the infighting is spilling into the public forum. So, my friends, what do you think of this chaotic tale of reopening, air travel woes, and political cannibalism? Yes, in the modern Washington, sometimes the only thing worse than failure is a Pyrrhic success archived by making a deal that immediately starts a civil war amongst your own ranks. The benefits they got, like some election wins and refocusing the conversation on healthcare premiums, came at a cost of internal cohesion. So, my sippers, book your flights now. Yes, before the Democrats decide whether they stand for stability or just aggressively yelling at Chuck Schumer. That's all for Daily Sip today. And don't forget to like and follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Until tomorrow, keep your travel plans flexible and your political expectations low. If today's sip gave you something to think about, smile about, or share, pass it on. Be sure to follow the show so we can keep sipping together. Until next time, I'm Marcel. Stay grounded, stay grateful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for letting me be part of your day. And until next time, keep noticing what makes life taste a little better. And if you're loving this, don't just sip in silence. Follow us, hit the subscribe button, and pour this into someone else's cup. Share it, spread it. Let's wake the world up together, one daily sip at a time.